The Veteran of the Week is part of the Veterans History Project, brought to you locally by Channel 3 Eyewitness News, First Tennessee, and Erlanger.
We started out with 52 people, and when we lined up for our graduation ceremony, there were 7 of us left.
7?
Yep. 7 of us presented. We presented with our black berets and our Ranger scrolls, and I was very, very proud of that Black Ranger beret and that scroll, because I had never worked as hard or experienced anything like that before in my life. It was an incredible feeling to have survived, much less, be a part of the Ranger work team now that I was going to be associated with.
The mission of most units in Vietnam was search and destroy, but the mission of the Ranger Long Range Reconnaissance Patrols, or LRRP, was to find the enemy and collect intelligence on them. In units of 5, the LRRP Rangers could be a long way from friendlies for up to a week at a time.
On our first mission, we moved out to try to find a nice hot trail we could sit up beside for a day or two and see what was happening coming down that trail. So as we were moving up the trail, this was our first day, we were moving up the trail, and Charlie found a nice spot he felt like we could set up and observe this trail from. But he wanted to move over to the other side of the trail, and the trail was probably maybe 3 feet wide or something like that. So he stepped across, and then I stepped across. But I made a mistake. I didn't step all the way across the trail, and I had about half of a boot print left right in the side of the trail, just kind of pointing where we were going. And Charlie looked down and he saw that, and he grabbed me by my gear and he pulled me up like that, and he whispered in my ear, he pointed down at that half a boot print. He says, if you ever leave a boot print in a trail again, you won't have to worry about the VC shooting you. I'll do it myself. And I never did really figure out if he was kidding or not. I assumed he was kidding, but I never did know for sure. But I can tell you one thing, I never left another boot print in the trail, ever again. Never.
On his last mission, with less than an hour to go before a chopper would arrive to extract the team, Donahue's unit got into a firefight with North Vietnamese Army regulars. Donahue was shot 3 times. His unit leader managed to get a medevac chopper to the scene and him into the chopper. He remembers small arms fire ripping through the skin of the chopper, and he remembers the men who came to his rescue.
I just never had a chance to thank those guys. And, that's the sad part. They got us out. They got me out. They got us out, and, everybody made it out alive. An absolute miracle, and these guys are heroes. They did stuff like that every day. Going in, pulling people like me who got ourselves into trouble, out of trouble. I mean, that was their job. And I've got just all the respect in the world for those guys. They literally saved our lives. And like I said, I never had the opportunity to thank them. I think about them every day, but I don't even know who they are. Or, even if they made it, don't know.